Sean Fishlock from DataLink here. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough of the recently launched website for the Victorian Dental and Occupational Health Therapists Association, also known as VDOHTA. This whole website is powered by our content management system, enabling the VDOHTA staff to self-manage their content as required while maintaining a consistent, good-looking site. Besides design, this was one of the key requirements of the new website. I'll now talk briefly about the design. The design was based on the brief, and we went for a simple, clean and consistent look with a colour scheme that matched the visual identity of the organisation. The old logo is being vectorised and cleaned, and this is the result. Various shades of mauve and green were also employed to match the logo and visual identity. This is a fixed width design, but it works well on any resolution by extending the horizontal elements on either side to the full width of the screen. Font sizes are also adjustable. There's a fair bit of attention to detail in this design, including drop shadows on forms, buttons and images. We've also used subtle gradients to define the sections. To keep it simple, we ensured that the homepage had a minimal focus. There are some areas to highlight news, conferences, important information for members, and also prospective members. In terms of navigation, we have several options, including a login button, keyword search, main menu, quick links area, and a super footer. The menu consists of just 5 main areas, all with short, concise labels. We spent a bit of time defining these labels during the design process to make sure that they're as general as possible and could be added to with pages in the site. And the presence of the super footer means that we could avoid messy flyout menus. At the bottom of the page is the super footer itself. It features a directory of important pages that can be customized, including a link to other similar associations, contact information for VDOHTA, links to social media pages such as Facebook and Twitter. This is all commonly accessed information, so it was important to include it on all pages. The design ensures that this is done discreetly in a smaller font, and the user has to scroll down the page to access it. There are also links to legal policies. In the true footer, we've grouped the copyright and the credits information. Okay, let's look at the homepage in a bit more detail. The most important feature is the content slider, and it helps reduce clutter and provide a visual focus. The first slide is a brief summary of the organisation and the website. After a few seconds it cycles, but will pause if you mouse over the slide. Users can either click on the Find Out More link to go to a specific page that VDOHTA want to highlight, or the forward and back buttons allow skipping between slides. This feature can basically be used for almost any message and linked to any page. We did it this way as VDOHTA didn't have regular enough news or events, and it was felt that automatically putting the latest news on the homepage might expose this. The slider can instead be used to highlight more persistent information such as annual conferences and industry goings-on. Directly underneath we have the member quick links. These were selected from a list of important and popularly requested member pages from the old website. The ones selected were Employment Info, Newsletter Archive, and Events Calendar. As they're in the member area, some of these require logging in. For non-members, there's a link to information on becoming a member and a login box to prompt members to log in. There is also some space on the right where multiple banners can be added. We created this particular banner to replace the one on the old site. Banners can be used in conjunction with the content slider to feature important, persistent information. The website is designed to comply with web standards, including W3C levels of accessibility, to ensure that disabled users can also access the site. So I'm now going to quickly show you the results of basic validation checks on both the markup and accessibility. This is the HTML markup result. As you can see, it passes the strict validation. This is the accessibility result, and as you can see, it passes all major accessibility. Some elements of content pages now. This is the About Us page, and it's an example of the standard page template. There's a breadcrumb trail below the menu which helps users by showing them where they are in the site. These are generated dynamically. Each page has a title and a content area where the body text goes. There is a further information area for sublinks or subpages. These further information links have an optional image which you can see here, as well as an optional summary. On the right hand side of every page are the same member and visitor quick links that appear on the home page, with their appropriate icons. But instead of being arranged horizontally like they are on the home page, they're arranged vertically. Here is the news page. The news page lists the articles with big feature images for the latest articles and will eventually archive itself. It also has an RSS feed that users can subscribe to get the latest news. It has some blog functionality as well. Clicking on the heading or the More link will take you to the full article where you can share it using social media or post a comment. There is a captcha, this prompt here, which helps to reduce spam. This is the events page. It has a list of events for the month and will highlight days with events in the calendar view. You can navigate forwards and backwards between months using these links. Like the news page, there's also an RSS subscription facility for access to latest news. Clicking on an event will show you the full details for that event. This event has an attachment which is automatically thumbnailed. You can share events using social media by mousing over the share button and selecting the site that you wish to share content with. There's also a members area where member-only content is shared, and there is a committee executive-only private workspace. I can't show you that as it's private. I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough. Thanks for listening. If you have feedback on the site design or functionality, please feel free to share your comments via the blog on the DataLink website.